Have you seen that guy who won in Argentina? That far right. I can't.
The guy with the crazy hair,
wild hair, mutton chop, like
hair.
Elvis type thing.
Yeah.
He speaks like Hitler, and I mean that in a good way.
Which country is it?
Okay, Argentina. Argentina. Remember when Hitler would be like fucking sweating, and like he's 4 hours into a 12-day speech, and he's just
yeah.
And you're like,
that guy had
whatever he's saying,
energy.
I'm on board. This guy has that same hardcore white man energy. Okay, like he means what he's saying. He won, and that guy. He looks like the new Doctor Who. He
does. That'd be perfect.
This guy is not 70s. Threatening looking at all. I did see a clip of him where he I guess in like Spanish, it has like all these little placards of like Department of Education, Department of Human Resources, Department of this and that, and it's just him because I guess he's a hardcore libertarian, just being like, none of this one, getting rid of this, getting rid of this.
He already shut down their central bank, like his first day in office. It's just gone.
You know, he campaigned with a chainsaw. Like he's in the streets with a crowd behind him. Like I'm sure he's saying something about cutting through the red tape or cutting something like. There's a pun there.
Sure.
There's a pun there, I'm sure. But he's just like, and people look at him like, what the fuck?
I want to see how this works out. I'm really curious about the experiment. Like, so here's
if it works, like everybody's gonna fucking start changing up their shit. They're gonna go, oh shit, the libertarians were right. Okay,
but if they are, I'm interested. Yeah, that's a great picture. So here's my take on libertarians. I think they're a lot like cats, right? They absolutely detest you. They fucking hate the owners, I'll call them, right? But they don't realize how completely dependent on the owners that they are. They don't realize the benefit of the goods and services that the owners are giving them. These cats think that they'd make great libertarians and they don't need this infrastructure, but you take it away from them and they will not make it. They will certainly not enjoy the same comfy lives that house cats have today. So libertarians, like, dude, you want the EPA. You want it. You think you don't. You think they're a pain in the ass. It's causing you problems. But wait till you have an energy industry that doesn't have an EPA. It'll fucking change your life. Let's see what happens. Let's see them get rid of the EPA or whatever the equivalent is, the Department of Education, this, that, and the other thing. If Argentina gets better, I'm wrong.
Let's ask they won't. We wouldn't copy do you want anyway. The EPA? You want the EPA?
He says no.
See, that cat's a libertarian. It thinks it's doing all this on its own, but in reality, look at the infrastructure that it relies on.
I don't need no infrastructure. Fuck your infrastructure.
Who's going to service that good kitty's anal glands?
Exactly.
Not the government.
Who's going to express the anal glands of this cat?
I mean, like, even if it like went off without a hitch and it's like, we don't need the EPA. Like, we wouldn't copy that. Like, the U.S. isn't going to suddenly disband a bunch of powerful organizations just because, like we did, what's that, South America? El Salvador. They had, like, the worst gang problem in on the globe, like, gang violence. And then the leader of El Salvador was like, we're going to, I don't know if he sounds like this, we are going to throw them all in jail. And then he threw them all in jail. And if you've seen their like crime graphs, their violent crime, it's like a cliff, just 80%. To straight fall down. It turns out you lock all those people up, it stops happening. Like,
and like murders in particular went down like a tremendous amount.
Yeah,
I saw it on Reddit.
They showed how to solve it.
Where is this?
I was in El Salvador. I was reading the comments on Reddit. It's this picture of this room full of El Salvadorian prisoners, and they're all gang members. They all have gang.
Don't they have the videos of them all like in like lines?
Yeah.
That's.
And they call this guy a fascist. It's ridiculous. He's getting rid of crime.
I mean, he rounded them up without. Like, he was just like, "Go get them all." How do we know? You know.
Yeah, how do you know? I don't know, man. It's the guys with a bunch of skulls fucking spray painted on their face.
I don't know. It's a guy who on their forehead it says "Murder Lords" in a tattoo. You'd lock that guy up, and like when I saw the picture of all of them locked up, I did not see any haphazard accountants who were on their way to work who were swept up in this. No,
there's just one guy in a suit and tie going, "Hey, what the heck?"
Dude, they were shooting 1,000 on there.
There wasn't like a Jerry Smith in the group with like a suit and tie, looking confused amongst. No, they all look the same down there for whatever reason. They've all got the exact amount of Spanish in them. They're like very short. They all got the shaved head, probably because the prison shaves their heads for lice. But they all got the shaved head, and they're all tatted the fuck up. And they sit them in the most humiliating way. they're all like on their knees with their hands behind their back, but behind their back. But the guy behind them is so close that their hands are in his balls, like cupping that guy's balls. And they have them like in these rows. Everybody's on their knees, but slid right up behind one another. So the guy behind you's balls are in your hands. And it's just, must be 500 of them in the room. And I'm thinking like, man, if this place caught on fire, they'd never get them all up.
I don't think they're concerned with that. I think they're like, we're getting rid of violent crime no matter what.
And then I thought, I bet they made them get all out of their cells and get in this awful position just for the picture I'm looking at. Fuck yeah, I love El Salvador.
What it shows to me is that what we need in America, easily 8 to 10 times as many jails. We couple the amount of jails, then we can fix it right.
I disagree. I look forward to when we drop the whole pretense. I look forward.
Prisons are cuddly.
Yeah, they're intimate. That guy doesn't have pants on. That guy's bottomless.
Wait, not his choice.
Right on the right.
No, that's the other guy's leg. I thought that was.
There's one naked guy slips in. He's like, "Ooh, I'm having the time of my life."
Can you go back? I really thought there was a naked guy.
No, that was my mistake. It's the other guy's leg.
You need to explain it to me because I can't unsee it.
Yeah, it's like one of those patterns, though. Once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. See, you can see the knee of that guy bending.
The elephant has 8 legs.
I see that knee.
No, the other one behind it. That one. Yeah,
I see the guy behind him.
You can see his pants.
Shorts. I see. Yeah. Thank you.
But look at the tats, right? Like there's no accountants mixed in, man. I'm sorry. They're all scary tats too.
Like. They're probably from Jersey.
They got crying women tattoos.
Circling the one guy without any tattoos.
his whole face is a dragon, dude.
Yeah. You like move around it, but that guy's gonna stand up.
Death mask.
Yeah, he's gonna stand up and have fucking SS.
That one guy was the best. They're batting 900.
Hey, fuck these people. I don't care.
The thing is, though, we could never do this in America because, like, everybody would cry about, civil rights. Because, like, here's the thing: all these guys like have genuine fear that like the guards are going to beat the shit out of them. And in America, they would know, like, oh, the guards can't touch me, so I'll just be an asshole, and I'm not going to get in the line, and I'm not going to squat down or whatever else.
Maybe we hire some El Salvadorian guards
and then S on his ear.
All these guys have definitely watched another guy like them have his fucking face.
Why would you Danny Trejo now? How did Danny Trejo work his way in?
Hey,
that's racist.
I'm mostly just an actor. he's being fucking
San Quentin. He's time.
Penguin March.
They saw him walking around and they went, "He's one of them. Bring him in."
No, I'm just shooting another movie.
El Salvador, but that's not related to the politician that just got elected, right?
No, that Argentina's that one. Yeah.
Well, the weird thing about Argentina is everyone's, people in America are going, "Yeah, we got to do the same thing." Yeah. And meanwhile, Argentina's like, we need to dollarize our economy and have it based entirely on US dollars because the United States, like, fucking economic policy is the only rock that actually works. And I'm like, we should not do what Argentina's doing. They're doing that because they want our dollar to be their standard of currency so much. It's like we've figured out economics pretty well.
Why would
I believe it or not? I haven't followed the situation in Argentina closely at all.
Get your finger on the pulse down there, Taylor.
Yeah.
In Argentina, like everyone, I think Argentina's the country where it's like more people have United States dollars than they do Argentinian dollars, or like the most amount of American currency outside of America is held by Argentinians because they're like, because if you have an Argentinian dollar next week, it's worth 1/10 of an Argentinian dollar. Whereas if you just have a US dollar, you just hold on to it forever. And you're like, hey, look at my US dollar. It doesn't change price that often.
Gift certificate to any store on the planet.
Yes.
That's true.
Like, do you want to get paid in $1 million fun bucks or $1 American dollar? I'll take the $1 American dollar.
Tunisia? I don't even know that African country. Tunisia. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take dollars there. They take
It's
US
funny you mentioned, I just saw a video and it was from when we were in Afghanistan, maybe 8 years ago or something. Like, I know we were there for a long time, but the video's from then. And this like armor personnel carrier of American soldiers, I don't know what, doing what, they pull up into this, I call it a town. It looked like a Wild West town, but in Afghanistan. Like there was like a hitching post to tie your camel. And he goes up to this old man in what they would call a store. And he's got like chips, like cheese doodles or some shit. And it was like 5 bags for $1. He like hands him like $3 and comes back with this huge pile of cheese doodles. He's like, I don't know if he got the best of me or I got the best of him, but I got the cheese doodles. He's like, he took dollars. Didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
They're like, did you shake his hand? Like, yeah. Did you thank him before and after? Yeah. Good.
Yeah. You got a bunch of like rubles or I don't know. What's another goofy one? Lira. Like what do I even do with this?
Show up with
I need to go turn this into real hard American money first, and then I'll know how much it is.
That guy in Argentina, I just put a link in the chat. Like his whole thing, he was going around holding up giant American dollar bills with his face printed on them because it's just like the American dollar is king. And he's basically like, look, man, you want to save Argentina? Like, we got to just be a dollar-based economy. It's fascinating.
Are they gonna, if they hold all those American dollars and he loves us so much, Americans, is he going to send us some of those dollars?
I don't know what's going to happen.
Little show of fealty if they're the state 51. Ooh, a good opportunity for the 51st state, as we talked about. We split Argentina up into 10. We get 60, baby.
I just want to make sure it's not Puerto Rico. I just want to keep spiting them.
They aren't allowed in ever.
Good.
I have issues with Puerto Rico too. What's your issue with Puerto Rico?
I have no
infrastructure's for shit. Please give me 3 more million dependents or whatever it is.
They're so smug too.
Driving their 50s cars.
We're Puerto Rico. We're like America,
GDP
but we're not
the
really.
Positives. Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they pay like sales tax and that's it. They don't pay income taxes, but they want like US dollars to fix their infrastructure. Dude, the reason we do that for Florida or Louisiana, New York or whatever, when the Hurricane Sandy hits, is because they've been paying in for the last 200, 300 years.
Mm-hmm.
But Puerto Rico, you just take. You don't pay taxes like the rest of us do. So, you don't see me making health insurance claims if I don't buy health insurance. I do, but hypothetically.
They fight in the army, huh? Like you be Puerto Rican, you jump in the U.S. military?
I think so. I think they're U.S.
I wonder what their recruitment.
They definitely don't have their own thing.
Here's a bit of trivia. Where do you think the military, U.S. military, draws its highest recruitment from? Which states?
Well,
Texas,
I bet they're red states.
Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, like those. I would guess.
I think it was
Florida.
South Carolina. I think it was like South Carolina, Georgia, and then a weird one out in maybe Idaho, like something like that, like something out in the West. I saw it the other day, but I was just thinking like. That's how you could contribute. Puerto Rico, like jump in the military. But yeah, that infrastructure for shit.
I don't want them joining it. It's just another way for me to pay them. You want to contribute? You pay me. Pay your fucking taxes, and we'll treat you like a state.
First, we'll make Puerto Rico nice, and then we'll chat.
And we're changing the name to Port Rico. Come on.
Yes, and no more Spanish over there.
We're naming you Port Ricky, and then you could be a part of the United States.
Yeah, you're Port Jonathan.
Wait, does
Port King Henry?
I think Porto means port. Am I right?
Probably
Port of Rico.
It makes sense.
Right.
I never thought of it.
Your name is Port Ricky.
Yeah,
that's it.
If they don't want to,
good American name.
If they don't want to contribute,
it's like that Ron Burgundy. It's like that Ron Burgundy thing. San Diego. What those words mean have been lost to time. Some say it means a goat's vagina. And she's like, no, it means Saint Diego. It's
Puerto Rico. I looked it up. Zach says it means Port Harbor, but I don't think so. Google said it means rich port.
Rich port. Oh yeah, the port of the rich.
Well, they call themselves rich too.
So why are they always begging for a fucking handout? You're the rich port. Shut up.
These communists. In Puerto Rico.
More like.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
I'll settle for Port Richard. That's fair.
They're libertarians. They're libertarians. That's it. It's come full circle. They don't want to pay their taxes. They don't want to be part of the system. And then when they get into trouble, they do want to be part.
No, they're definitely not libertarians. They're begging to be a part of the federal government.
System's too big and too complex. That's the problem. That's the real problem. We need a system.
Yeah, they're the least libertarian part of the United States. They're like, don't leave us alone. Take care of us. Like,
when they collect, they're socialists. When they pay in, they're libertarian.
Like all the banker crises where they collectivize all their losses and they capitalize all their gains.
Yeah.
This brought to you by 2012 fucking the March on Wall Street. What
Public
was that?
losses, private gains. That was
Occupy Wall Street.
Occupy Wall Street. I remember that.